Brothers and sisters, today I stand before you not as a man who seeks to comfort you with pretty lies or sugar-coated truths. No. I stand here to tell you the raw, unfiltered reality of the system that has been imposed upon us. A system that thrives on the exploitation of the many for the profit of the few. A system that is not just an economic model, but a death sentence for humanity. I stand here to tell you why capitalism is antithetical to life itself. Now let us be clear. Capitalism is not just about money. It is not just about markets or trade. Capitalism is a machine that runs on the blood, sweat and tears of the oppressed. It is a system that values profit over people, greed over justice, and exploitation over equality. And what is life, brothers and sisters? Life is dignity, life is freedom, life is the ability to breathe, to thrive, to exist without fear of being crushed under the boot of a system that sees you as nothing more than a cog in its wheel. But under capitalism, life is commodified. Your labor is stolen, your time is bought, and your worth is reduced to a paycheck that barely covers the cost of survival. They tell you to work harder, to pull yourself up by your bootstraps, while they sit in their ivory towers, hoarding wealth that could feed nations, house the homeless, and heal the sick. They tell you this is freedom, but I ask you, what kind of freedom is this? Freedom to starve, freedom to work 3 jobs and still not make ends meet, freedom to watch your children grow up in a world where their future is already auctioned off to the highest bidder. No, brothers and sisters, this is not freedom. This is slavery wrapped in a new package. This is exploitation dressed up as opportunity. This is capitalism, a system that thrives on the destruction of life. Look around you. Look at the poverty in our communities. Look at the prisons overflowing with our brothers and sisters. Look at the wars waged for profit, the land stolen for resources, the air poisoned for profit margins. Capitalism does not create life, it destroys it. It destroys the environment, it destroys communities, and it destroys the very soul of humanity. They will tell you that capitalism is natural, that it is the only way. But I say to you, do not believe their lies. There is nothing natural about a system that allows a handful of individuals to control the wealth of the world while billions suffer. There is nothing natural about a system that prioritizes profit over the planet, over the people, over life itself. Brothers and sisters, we must wake up. We must see capitalism for what it truly is, a system of death, a system of oppression, a system that is antithetical to everything that makes life worth living. We must reject it, not just in words, but in action. We must come together across borders, across races, across religions, and build a new system, a system that values life over profit, that values people over property, that values justice over greed. This is not a dream, this is a necessity. The survival of humanity depends on it. The survival of our planet depends on it. The survival of our children depends on it. We cannot afford to wait. We cannot afford to be silent. We must rise up, united, and demand a world where life is sacred, where dignity is guaranteed, and where justice is not a privilege but a right. So I ask you, brothers and sisters, what side will you stand on? Will you stand with the system that destroys life? Or will you stand with the people who fight for it? The choice is yours. But know this, the time for change is now. The time for revolution is now. The time to reclaim our humanity is now. Thank you.